While California wineries are trying to recover from those recent wildfires, there's another industry that is taking a big hit from that natural disaster: marijuana. Some cannabis growers are still reeling from the fires just months before the legalization of recreational marijuana in the state. Aditi Roy reports tonight from Santa Rosa.
And this is how you got to my front door right here. We'll go up and then go in the second floor.
Damon Crane can tell you exactly where everything was in his house, even though there's nothing left of it.
And then this was a doorway going into my lower part of my house, and my sister's room is right here in the corner.
He lost virtually everything and barely escaped himself with his family when the flames came over the hill and peered into his home.
It just looked like a wall of flames coming straight towards me. It took about 10 minutes for us to get going, and I started using a hose to wet the house, but I knew instantly that the flames were too close. They were right on top of us, and so we jumped in the car and took off.
But he didn't just lose his home, he also lost his livelihood. What did this used to look like?
Oh, it's green, that's for sure.
Crane is a marijuana grower. He's been farming this land for 2 years and was getting ready to tap into a growing market with the state's legalization of recreational marijuana just 2 months away. Crane had already spent tens of thousands of dollars to meet the regulatory requirements of selling recreational cannabis. That's money he won't get back. Because marijuana is still illegal on a federal level, he can't get crop insurance for what he says was going to be a banner harvest.
I was 2 days away from harvest. We had already pre-harvested some of the product, and it was coming out really amazing.
Crane is one of at least 34 pot farmers in California who lost everything in the wildfires. It's still a small slice of the 50,000 growers in the state. But for those who were affected, the losses are huge. Unlike wine grapes, which were mostly harvested, marijuana was at the end of the growing season, which meant most of the crops were still out. The facilities here were all full of cannabis, and you can't even make out.
You can't even tell. Like, I'm trying to tell the difference between the dry room and some of the storage areas.
Dennis Hunter is the co-founder of CannaCraft, which grows and distributes medical marijuana to 500 dispensaries. He showed us entire greenhouses and processing facilities that were once full of cannabis leveled. The barrels containing weed reduced to mere rings. Hunter says they lost a third of their crop. They're now examining the crops that did survive in their lab to make sure there's no smoke damage.
It'll definitely affect how we do business, and having that working capital to keep growing and providing more products for our patients.
Despite their losses, both Hunter and Crane vow to rebuild and replace what Mother Nature took. What are you going to do?
Start over. That's what we do. I mean, I'm going to clean it up and keep going.
Here at CannaCraft, Hunter says they expect to make up for the losses by relying more heavily on the growers who were not impacted by the wildfires. Statewide, insiders say they do not expect pot prices to go up since the majority of growers throughout California were not affected by the wildfires. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Aditi Roy, Santa Rosa, California.